Alright guys, quick video today about what to do to master the game of both your personal life at home with family and also in business. What I find when I work with people is sometimes they have the business side on point and they've mastered it and they're doing really well and the success is there, but the family and the home side lacks. Or sometimes it'll be there's too much focus on this side and the family time is out of proportion and they can't move away from family and put what priorities they need to put there versus business, so they fail at business and in turn the family loses as well. So this is a quick video about some traits that I've seen where certain people have mastered these 3 traits, and by mastering these traits they're able to be super successful in the business but also keeping the family fully satisfied and successful, and the kids are happy with mum or dad or whatever they do, and the family's also on point and very happy with what's going on. So these are the 3 things. The first one is influence. So the thing with influence is to actually influence and guide what you want with your business or your family. So if you want to influence your team and you've got certain goals you want to meet, you want your business to go a certain way and you want them to understand the values of your company, and at home as well you also want your family to understand what you're chasing for when you're out there at work, and also for them to understand what you want at home. It's about influence, and the number one way to influence both your family and your business is by leading by example. If you don't lead by example, they're not going to be influenced by you, because if you lead by example and at work you do the things that you need to do, you go and put your priorities in order, you do the task and the job and you lead by example, your staff will follow because they're looking at the leadership. And at home, if you say you're going to do something and you do it and you keep to your word, again, you will be able to influence your family to also understand what you're chasing both in business and also what you want at home, and so that everyone's on the same page. Okay, so it's about understanding how to master the trait of influence and use it both at work and at home. Now the second thing is implementation. Implementation works both sides. If you tell your family at home, look, if I go and do this, or I work, a fortnight fully with late hours, or I'm going to do this for 6 days instead of the normal 5 days, and if I do that, then I will come to the movies, or I might cook dinner at home, or whatever it might be. Don't just talk. You must do it. You have to implement those things that you say. So implementation is key, both in business and family. Do what you say you're going to do. Okay, so if you've promised family certain things in exchange for what you're going to do at work, you must commit to that. And many times people come back from work and they go, because I went too far and I know I said I'd come to the game, or I know I said I'll come to your school play, or whatever it is, they miss out. They put the family on the back burner and they don't implement what they say in that regard, and work comes first. And sometimes it's vice versa. So it might be the family time or the leisure time, or sometimes personal things they do. They want to go have some more fun versus implementing what they should at work, and so the business lacks. And if you don't implement something today, automatically the future timeline of when that thing would have had its success, or an action now would have seen a certain result at a certain time, you've deleted that result in the future because you didn't implement today. And then the last thing is instruction. Now, you will not be able to instruct your staff and put commands and tasks and jobs out, because when you're a leader, you're there to delegate, lead, and set instruction for your staff. And at home, if you're going to instruct, say, your family, and you've got your kids that are looking up to you, whether you're a mum or dad, and you're going to send instruction, like, think about it with kids at home or family. If you say to them, don't have this much sugar, or you have to eat your veggies, or whatever it might be, and you're leading your kids, many times you'll find when kids fail, it's because the parents are not practicing what they preach. So they might say don't drink and smoke, but they're smoking and drinking in front of them. Okay, now this is the thing, kids are going to model you. So when you want to instruct your child or instruct your family and say, look, I'm looking to give you some guidance and I want to put forth my wisdom, or I want to instruct and teach you something, they'll only be able to listen to you if you do the first 2 things correctly and properly, which is, as I mentioned, you got to look at influencing. And when you influence the right way and you lead by example, you'll be an inspiration to them, because they can see that everything you say you're going to do, you do. And when you implement everything that you say you're going to do, and put those actions in for your business, and you do the implementation with family and promise, and all the promises you say that you'll do for them, you do, and the implementation is set and done, and you get success on both sides, then at the end, those people, both at work or at home, both your family and the people at business, are more inclined to listen to your instruction or your guidance in what it is you want them to do to help you and support you with your mission and dreams. So if you want to run your family and you want your kids to look up to you and take your instruction, because many times, depending on age groups and levels, kids start to move away and there's a bit of rebellion at home because they can't take instruction from you if they feel that your influence and your inspiration and you don't implement the things you say you're going to do. And it's the same thing at work. If they see the leader's not on point and the leader has some gaps, and you show that and you don't keep your word, your team will not follow you. So you'll have failures on both sides and you're not going to get the results you want. So look at those three things. Influence, which then leads to inspiration. Implementation, like I said, if you implement things and you do things in the now, your future timeline will automatically change. Everything you stop doing today, in the now, in the present, if you take out something or you say, I'll do that tomorrow, it just means in the future it's a bit later again. Okay, and then the last thing is, once you get those two on point and you master those two, the influence and the implementation, automatically when you want to go out there and instruct your staff on certain tasks and job, and you want to instruct the younger within your family, your kids, as to some things that you want them to do and how they should be as they grow up in life, because they can see you leading by example, they're much more inclined to take that instruction. So that's the quick video I wanted to share with you today. Those three things are what I see. Those three traits are things that both people that run successful businesses and run successful families at home, they have both sides balanced. It's never about just having one on a pedestal and the other one's always lacking. And if you want both of them to be successful, look at those three traits and see how you can master them.